I really wanted to see the wildflowers east of the Cascades, so Dave and I decided last minute to go ahead and make a weekend trip, and we headed east on Highway 2 over Stevens Pass and through Wenatchee. We are doing it! We're doing band things. We decided last minute to go on a little camping trip for the weekend, and it is windy out. Wanted to show you a little bit of where we are. We're not to our campsite yet. This is just where we stopped to walk the dogs for a minute on the way. We're along the Columbia River here. We stopped at BB Springs Natural Area, a Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife area, along Highway 97 to stretch our legs, and it was just beautiful. There are almost 2 miles of trails here, although we didn't hike all of them. We just checked out a little bit of the trail system as well as this really cool statue. It was quite windy here. Wow, this is so cool! The statue here had the name of the creator, but not the name of the statue itself. I read that it was either the chief or the salmon chief. It was very impressive, and I think there are more in the area as well. There's the Columbia. So this is a grasslands trail. This place looks really neat. The trails wind all over, up that little hill by the statue that we just looked at, down here along the Columbia. We're not going to walk too far because we're going to get to our campsite soon. I think we have another hour to go, giving the dogs a break. How pretty. It was a really cool place, but we had to be on our way to Pearrygin State Park, a place we had never been. Winthrop is a fun destination any time of year. This is a Wild West themed town, but there are a lot of great outdoor activities offered year-round, including cross-country skiing, hiking, bicycling, and fishing. I believe this is actually Pearrygin Lake State Park. I will be pronouncing it incorrectly for the rest of the video. We've arrived at Pearrygin State Park. Being on the east side, we don't have quite as many trees and undergrowth to make the campsites more private, but it is warm and dry, and there is sunshine here. We decided last minute to come here, and there were still some of the inner circle spots left, which we grabbed, but if you can get a spot that's on the outer circle, you can get right up against the lake. And we are here by the bathroom and the picnic area so we can get down to the lake and check it out. Got some beautiful weeping willows here. And there's Lake Pearrygin. I really don't know if it's Pearrygin or Pearrygin. I'll try to find out. Meanwhile, I'll pronounce it Pearrygin, and hopefully that is the right way. Wow, look at all the balsam roots over there. The hills are just yellow, and this is what really prompted us to come east, was trying to see these eastern wildflowers while they're still blooming. Look at that. Well, this campground is really peaceful, and there's really nice people here, and we're just out looking at wildlife. I thought I heard a blackbird chirping, but it was actually a marmot. Which is fun. And now we're hiking. We're not hiking. I'm just going to look at the trail that we're going to do tomorrow morning, which is called the Rex Durr Trail. It is 3.1 miles round trip, and it'll go down around the end of the lake. But let me show you these flowers. These are arrowleaf balsam roots. The yellow ones, we'll get up close to those, and I see some blue flowers mixed in. And all of these are lupin, which aren't blooming yet. So this is going to be popping with blue soon. And I don't know what that is. Oh my God, I am in absolute heaven. This is so beautiful. Okay, I want to save this mostly for tomorrow. so I need to turn around. But I just want to keep going. Now you can see the lake and more of those larkspur. The marmot and I kept an eye on each other as I did some barbecuing. Cooking some dinner here. I've got this little piece of foil. It's a foil pan. You can put it underneath to keep things from burning and dripping, but it's also really great to block the wind, which is what it's doing now. And I have in here some chicken, and I'm going to put on some hot dogs. Looking tasty. Taking our sunset walk. Those little swallows over the water. There's the boat launch. Water skiing hours. Oh, well, I'm glad we got here before water skiing season. That might bring a different, noisier crowd. There's kids out there fishing. Beautiful, beautiful night. Water skiing hours, July and August only. So be forewarned. Or if you water ski, there you go. I doubt there's a ton of people here. I am so excited for our morning hike. Good morning. It is just after 7 a.m. The dogs and I are going to hike the Rexter Trail. Should be a little over 3 miles round trip. This whole trip was pretty spontaneous. I didn't know what hike I was going to do, so I'm kind of overpacked for this short walk. But better to have too much than not enough. And it is just a lovely, lovely morning. We're on the same trail that I was on yesterday evening, but we're going to carry on. This kind of winds up the hill, and then it should do a horseshoe around the lake. And I read that if you want to do a road walk, you actually can make it a loop. We'll see what I pick when I get there. Look at those arrowleaf balsam roots with larkspurs mixed in. Let's see what else we can find. And boy, last night got cold. It was down into the upper 30s. I wasn't expecting that. I tried to turn on the heater and smoke Dave and the dogs out. So we'll have to see what's going on with that. Look at how yellow the hills are. Just covered with balsam root. There's the campground down there in the lake. Hey, most of the lupin hasn't been blooming, but these are. I'm not sure what this shrubbery is, but it's really pretty. More flowers. I am 0.66 in, and I'm coming to a road, and the trail just picks up a little bit to the right here. There's a nice wetland across the way, and I can hear red-winged blackbirds. And the trail picks up on the other side of the road, which I actually wasn't expecting, but that's okay. So we're moving a little further away from the campground and the lake. Hear a woodpecker in the distance. I'm here in early May and I'm seeing a lot of these like lines of dirt on top of the ground, and I believe that's from little burrowing things like voles. When there's a snow cover, they come up into the bottom layer of the snow, and then when the snow melts, you can see that tunnel structure that they created. It's pretty cool. A pretty little grove of aspen. Beautiful little white trunks. And we must get some water in when the snow's melting off here. I haven't seen any deer, but it looks like a good place for them. There's some teeny little white flowers here. So cute. The larkspur mixed with these is so pretty. And up here there's a little bit more lupin starting. There's some right there. It's the blue and yellow in the sunshine. So beautiful. I'm 1.44 in, and you can see how far up I am over the lake. And we're going to be going around that end and then down, I think about halfway. And then I'm going to probably just turn around and come back on this peaceful trail. It's almost 8 a.m. and I haven't seen a single soul out here on this trail. Just been bird song and the dogs and I walking along. It's a wonderful way to spend the morning. Thought I heard a grouse. Oh. These little white flowers here. We're at 1.8 miles in. Half a mile of that was coming from the campground up to the road part of the trail. And I'm not sure where the 3.1 comes in, but we haven't rounded the end of the lake yet. So definitely going to be more than 3 miles total by the time we're done. Yeah, this is just fabulous. Look at that. Luna's walking with her shadow. We've reached the end of the lake. We are still not to the other side, and we are at 2 miles. We're down next to a ranch here, so there's cows dotting the hills, and it looks like we're going to work our way down this hill possibly. Maybe we'll get right over to the fence actually and see those cows. That'd be cool. I see the trail going around the edge, so I guess we don't go all the way down to the shore there. There's a magpie there. Cows aren't sure what to make of us. There was one coming down. Oh, don't bark at the cows. Hello, cows. So that fence post right there, I should have shown it. It's a trail split, so I can go back this way. I kind of came around this draw here, but you can kind of cut down quicker here if you want. When we go back, we'll probably go up that quicker way. And you can cut down to the edge of the lake here. And I think I saw a bathroom down there too. And then this way should lead us around the far edge of the lake. So off we go. And there's more cows. Frodo's not sure what he thinks of cows. The cows aren't sure what they think of Frodo. So there's that trailhead I was talking about, and we are going to wind along through here and looks like maybe hit some of these beautiful pine trees on the other side. And then I think we might take the road on the way back as it warms up. Frodo's a little black dog and he gets pretty hot. I offered him water, but he's not thirsty yet, but he's definitely warming up. So We geared up for a 3-mile hike, and it's looking like if we did the whole thing in reverse, we'd end up with 6. Look at these beauties. I'm at 2.8 miles and heading towards the hillside that's on the far side of the lake. I think when we hit 3 or so, we'll probably turn around. But for now, we're just enjoying this lovely hike. A lot of deer out here. I've seen at least 5. Lake Creek Trailhead. This is probably where I'll cut back and cut through to that trailhead we saw, and then along the road. It's a dirt road, so real quiet, and also closer to the lake on the way back. And I haven't had any breakfast yet. This is our first thing on our agenda today was this hike. Looks like a lot more lupins blooming on this side of the lake. There it is, Pearrygin Lake. Nice peaceful place. This is on the weekend too. There's the osprey. And we're camped right over there. There's the beach for swimming, and we're just over to the left. I can see my house from here. Some pretty purple flowers. And we've got some really cool rock formations here with something on them. Let's see what that is. Huh. It's a vulture. Well, we've reached 3.2 from the campground. The trail keeps going, and Frodo is getting a little whiny, and I don't want to push it. So I have had a fantastic hike. Look at those flowers. Just can't get enough of them. So we're going to just go ahead and turn around here. We're not going to take the trail all the way back. We're going to take the road, which is a little shorter. It goes right along the lake. I will meet you back at the camp unless I see something to show you. So here is the trail where I should have come out, and the signed trail to cut down is further up in here. But I saw a well-worn trail, so I took it, and I ended up coming through group campsite 1 and interrupting these people's morning. So I apologize, but they were very gracious. So just letting you know, so you don't do the same. Definitely take trails that are marked and don't cut through campsites. Well, we made it back to the van. It was just a little over 4.5 miles and just under 400 feet of elevation gain. What a great hike. I wish I had kind of known the whole distance from the campground itself so I could have planned for it a little better. But what I did do was fabulous. The flowers were popping and the lake was gorgeous. I saw a lot of wildlife, and I highly recommend this campground. See what other adventures we can find today. Dave's stowing the stuff. And then we're going to head back on the road. We have like a 5-hour drive to get back home. And it is 10 o'clock, so. Well, I forgot the butter, and Winthrop is super close and has a really cute little coffee shop, so we have opted to not wash the dishes and cook, but just to head out and stop in Winthrop for a little breakfast and a coffee. espresso. Yes, please. And this place used to have little, oh, here we go. You can come down and get a seat on a saddle if you want. You can just pull up a saddle and have your coffee on horseback. On the way back, we took Highway 20 to make it a nice loop.